Greetings, humans. Welcome back to yet another episode of this here Vlogmas. As always, it's your favorite cine here, Cinematographer. And if you're new, please, again, don't forget to subscribe. If you're returning, I'm not seeing these comments, guys. I'm not seeing these comments. Let's do something. Let's do something. But anyway, today's going to be a short video. I finally have some downtime. It's been a hectic week, and that's kind of what inspired today's episode. It's not really a rant, but just more of a chat or a discussion or something of that sort, right? So today I want to talk a little bit about burnout and backlog, right? So if you're a creative, a shooter, video, photographer, that sort of thing, it's very common that during like a really, really, really busy time, such as this one, as it is December, the festive season, all that stuff, there's a whole bunch of things going down. And with a lot of corporates closing, it means there's more people hosting or doing a whole bunch of stuff, be it weddings, graduations, just parties in general, festivals, all of that stuff. And naturally, you want to capitalize off of this season, naturally, right? But I think there's a point, right, where the backlog is inevitable, because obviously, if you're a disciplined human, you kind of want to get the turnaround time as fast as possible. You know what I mean? You don't want to sit on too much work, because also it can pile up very, very, very quickly, and now you start serving your clients excuses, right? So there's a little bit of that, but again, some of the backlog is inevitable, right? So in my case, I had a good 72 hours where I had back to back to back to back shoots. And obviously, what that meant is I have to shoot, dump the footage, shoot, dump the footage, shoot, dump the footage. And by the time the start of the new week comes along, not only do I have to rest, but I also have a whole bunch of videos or content to get out, right? And yeah, you can't really avoid it. You can't really avoid it. But let me tell you what at least has been helping me and works for me in a way, right? So first things first, as far as burnout, right? Rest, guys. I spoke about this a couple of videos ago. Rest. Any chance you get, rest. Don't do nothing. Don't try to listen. Rest. Now, granted, I say this as somebody that goes to the gym every day, but still, guys, rest. Find the pockets of time for you to rest, because you are going to need it. And especially as we get to like the last 2 weeks, the last week of this December, you need to rest so that you have all the energy in the world for you to work and do all these crazy things that you got to do, right? So for me personally, typically what I do is, depending on what the schedule is looking like, I choose a day that I use for either resetting or rotting, right? I prefer to call it rotting rather than resetting, because I feel like resetting still feels like work, because essentially what it means is you're getting back to even or getting back to normal. Whereas rotting is whatever state that day finds you in, that's you the entire day, and then you live to fight the next day. You know what I mean? So I think for me, Thursday, we had to drive up to the Highlands and shoot something there. I think we got there on midnight, and then immediately around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., we had to shoot or rather get some sunrise shots. And as you can imagine, after you get to the Highlands at freaking midnight and having to wake up before the sunrise, absolutely terrible. And then right after that, obviously get ready, because you have a whole shoot coming up, which you have to do later on during the day. So no rest. Then finally come back down, drive all the way back down again to the lowlands, coming back to Maseru. And after that, then I had to shoot the concert. After the concert, I had to shoot a wedding the following day. And this is already after being back in the AMs on the morning of the following shoot. So it's even a miracle that I'm able to store the footage and index it like properly, because that's what's very important to me. File management is absolutely key, so yeah, that has been a whole whirlwind. So what I did was, Monday I dedicated it to just resting. Like, I slept in, I didn't touch my laptop. I mean, besides, I don't know, watching Netflix or something, but I did not do nothing, because the thing is, and maybe that's just my process, and maybe somebody will feel a little bit differently about it, But I've seen that what tends to work for me is if I have a lot of backlog, and it also depends on the type of project and all that good stuff. It's the thing about backlog is it means you're gonna have to like work overtime when you do start. So the thing that I prefer to do is try to space out and give myself enough time and energy so that I can knock all of that in one go, right? So for example, today I was able to edit 2 videos, finish them, and send them, both of them having been started today. You know what I mean? But the only way I was able to do that was because I took the first 2 days of this week to just rest and recuperate. Because the thing about dealing with backlog is it needs you at your optimal energy. Because the other thing is you don't want to start being complicit with certain edit choices, or just finding yourself at a point where you're now just churning out content because you don't want your client to be like, yo, where's the thing, where's the content, blah 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 blah, you're running late, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So what genuinely does help for me is if I can just space out that time for me to rest and like proper sleep in, then obviously the following day or the next 2 days when I do start, I'm able to just knock it out of the park. Clients happy, I'm happy, I feel energized, and I think that's a really cool way to go about it. But yeah, I think in general that backlog is inevitable, especially on this busy season. But take it in stride, because January is going to be quiet. It's going to be pretty quiet, right? So don't be too mad at it. If anything, use it as an opportunity for you to like store up your savings for those quiet months in the first quarter of the year before things start to pick up again. But also, this does not mean that because you're making a whole bunch of money during this month, now you're gonna be big spender, hashtag Lenyora there in January, and then February and March come along and you're like, damn, it's really slow, isn't it? Right? But yeah, guys, that's just my 2 cents. Hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat that we're having here. And yeah, actually, I think I'm really enjoying this Vlogmas. I think it's been helping out with a few things here and there, but we'll talk a little bit more on that when I get to day 30. Because I chose to be ambitious and do 30 days instead of 25 days. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. Anyway, guys, it's been amazing catching up with you guys. As always, it's been your favorite Cine here in Cinematographer. If you're new, again, don't forget to subscribe down below. If you're returning, just give me a like. I'm not mad at it. Just give me a like. But see you next time.